Hey guys, it's Ken. As a man who consistently puts Final Fantasy 3 and 4 on his top 10 games list, you could call me a fan of turn-based RPGs. I'm currently 5 games through yet another series playthrough, but I put Terra on hold to try out Splintered, an early access turn-based RPG more in the style of Dragon Quest with a story that'll leave you asking, am I me? Or is he me? So welcome to another episode of Fed Back, where I chew up indie games and feed them right back to you. Splintered starts out with a quick fill you in on the situation. Your king has died in an unfortunate dragon accident. You're the son of a knight, your uncles are up to no good, and having stolen your father's legendary equipment, they're making trouble in the neighborhood. Your sister's off doing her part, and so the remaining burden of the hero is on your shoulders. Your uncles helped a mythic dragon attack the castle, so that's your end goal, of course. But you gotta right the family tide, so you set out all weak and weary to gain some stats. Unlike the Final Fantasy games, in Splintered, you are the only member of your party. For those that prefer Dragon Quest, you'll feel right at home. This can make combat quicker, but also means you have to do it all. Luckily, you get it all. Through stores and quests, you can get armor, weapons, and accessories that level alongside you, from the lowly buckler and dagger to my personal favorites, the Starlight Sword and a hulking kite shield. As you gain levels, you'll unlock spells, including Magic Blast, Heals, Silence to shut down spellcasters, and the helpful Teleport, Moonlight, and Ward, which are also available as items. Each town has its own problems, and if you're going to save the world, you're going to need to help them out. So strap on that shield, learn those controls, and pray your path isn't blocked at the wrong moment. Now here's part of what makes Splintered interesting, and what kicked me right back into gear when I felt it start to slog just a bit. After you've geared up and made yourself the only male heir to the bloodline, you kick some dragon butt only to find yourself right back where you started. But who's that? And where are we? See, the main man over at Dotmake Studio, Richard Mertland, has hit you with a bit of timey-wimey, and also a bit of worldy-swirldy. Does that make sense? You're back with you, who's you, and you're you, so who are you? And every time this happens, you get a world no one else has ever experienced. Probably. So get back out there and grind, soldier. You've got a time stream to save. Back in school, we used to separate the lunch tables into Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, and those two groups did not mingle. In my aging wisdom, my prejudice has lightened, and I've come to love Dragon Quest for the beautiful yet odd-looking, wonderful games that they are. But I'm a classic man, and old habits die hard. I like a party to share the burden with because, as we all know, it's our friends that drive us to succeed. The downside of a single party member is that you can empty your mana staying alive and be stuck relying on your sword to get home. And if you come across a dragon on that long trek back, good luck, brother. When I finished the first chapter and saw me staring back at me, I thought, oh, now this is going to be great, because my Final Fantasy mind assumed that if I can't do it alone, then all have to help me. It made sense. Imagine it. Each time you travel back, you gain another party member, giving you a clear 4-cycle loop to the final ending. I don't hate that this doesn't happen. I understand balancing is important and the game is built around a single character, but my god did I want to travel with myself. Have someone that truly understands me sit by the fire on a cold night in the desert. Sometimes the randomized map feels like it's out to get me. The town I've battled so hard to get to when I'm already out of mana and men leaves is surrounded by swamp tiles, and I have to face the fact that no matter what decision I make, I'm dead. I get it, the entire world is against me, but this situation leaves me feeling helpless, and players should always feel like there's some kind of way out of their dire situation they've gotten into. That's the hero part of a hero fantasy, facing overwhelming odds yet finding a way. There's no way out of this. The controls make sense once you understand them, and they're nicely compacted with some options on single or double hand play. But you gotta open the options and hit controls to actually figure out what they are. A quick in-game pop-up would rectify this and keep me from being stuck in this room like an idiot. The cost for the inn in the second town makes a lot of sense once your map is splintered, but on the initial map it just drives me to run back to the starting town instead. Gold is at a premium on these early levels, and I can save the extra 9 for gear by fighting a couple basic enemies on the run back, which means the only time I end up using the inn here before I'm drowning in gold is when I'm down so bad that I fear I might not make it through another dragon duckling. Once the map splinters and there's more danger in crossing between towns, it makes more sense. Weapon and armor abilities are a bit confusing, because when I first unlocked one on my dagger, I tried to find where it was, only to settle into the fact that they're not active use abilities but passive effects. And I'm still not sure if I'm right about that, because there's nothing in the battle log that says when an effect has come into play. In the early game, when entering the underground, I had to manually activate either a torch or moonlight. But at some point, moonlight started activating on its own. Why did this happen? Was it from gathering the sunstone? I don't know. And the game might have told me, but there's quite a few different ways to get information that are easily missable. Here's a big one. You can ask your dad for guidance at any point once you finish the first dungeon, but this is always related to your current place in the quest, and if you've accidentally stumbled through one objective without realizing it, asking dad for help might confuse you. This is made worse by the fact that it's this guidance which actually sets the order of the story, and while villagers will tell you vague points about different town problems, the order you get to the towns might not be the order you should do these things. Take the invisible construct outside of this place, which is only available once you've gotten the item to see it. But in Sinfandel, or whatever it's called, you can talk to a guy that tells you an invisible construct has been attacking that village, which is all the way on the other side of the map. Going back to the OG Final Fantasy, you had a similar story progression path, requiring you to talk to villagers to find your way around, and this is a common turn-based RPG methodology. And I still get lost to this day in Final Fantasy, but something about the subconscious funneling of the map design guides you to the right quest. But in the first version of Splintered's map, I knew I had to get to the desert. So when I saw the desert and a clear path to it, that's where I went. What I was supposed to do was head north, talk to this weirdo, go to this cave, and help this town with its item lord problem. There's a very conscious sign telling you not to go to the desert, of course, and that's immediate death. But a common problem with the base map is that visually, subconsciously, there's very little in the map design that says go here now or not this way yet. Once the map splinters, it really doesn't matter because you know what you're doing and the order of operations required, but a bit more subtle guidance would keep players from getting annoyed and reduce the mental cost of navigation while they're still learning the game. Overall, Splintered is a pretty good game. It's got interesting secrets to it, and hopefully its towns will be filled in a bit more, but I had a fun 10 hours playing what's already available and will definitely be jumping back in over the course of development. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan or one of those Dragon Quest lovers, definitely take the time to check out Splintered. It's only $5 in early access right now, and you'll get at least that many hours of gameplay just from what's already available. And send some support to Richard Mertland over on Twitter. Solo game dev is a tough time, and being a Dragon Quest fan is even harder. Thanks for watching another episode of Fed Back, where I chew up indie games and feed them right back to you. And if you want more breakdowns of indie games in the future, remember to like and subscribe. Bye!